The average person spends around 25 years of their life sleeping. That's around a third of their life. So sleep is very vital to our, hold on. Okay. The average human spends about 25 years of their life sleeping. That's about a third of their life. If sleep is so vital and common among every single human, what do you know about it? According to author Tara Parker Pope of the New York Times, published on March 18, 2013, most people don't think about the long-term effects of not sleeping properly. But if we were all to go to bed at a reasonable time, and it would improve not only our physical health, but our mental health as well. I'm going to be talking about the effects that sleep has on our health and what goes on in our brains during sleep. And I will also be discussing the complications of lack of sleep. Sleeping is essential to life, but some need it more than others. It honestly really just depends on your age. Like, different age groups have different hours of sleep they need to have. This is all because this plays because of the repairs and growth your body has and needs to develop. For example, newborns need about 14 to 18 hours of sleep a day. Adults need about 7 to 9 hours a day. Teenagers need about 9 to 10 hours a day, and kids need about 11 hours a day. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention website, last updated January 13th, 2014, states that 50 to 70 million U.S. citizens have been recorded to have sleep deprivation caused by various reasons. What I mean by various reasons is that the lack of sleep could be anything from a medical problem to self-infliction and sleep deprivation. In the article, Sleep and Disease Risk, if you are not getting enough sleep at night, it could put you at high risk for a heart disease, strokes, or high blood pressure. Sleep affects our health more than we realize. It's affecting people all over the world. People can also gain weight and have weakened immunity systems. Your body needs sleep. It's a necessity for life, just like water is a necessity for life. Sleep is a necessity for life. An example of a health problem that is most common is sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is among leading sleep diseases that is in effect from not receiving the right amount of sleep each night. Now that we have discussed how sleep affects our health, let's now discuss how our brain activity is when we sleep. What goes on in our brain when we sleep? There's a lot of things that go into sleeping that we don't realize. The 5 stages of sleep are important to know. According to the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke, last updated in April 28, 2014, during sleep, we usually pass through the 5 stages of sleep: stage 1, 2, 3, and 4, and REM sleep, also known as rapid eye movement sleep. Our bodies have internal sensitive time. An example of this would be our response to light. We follow a circadian rhythm of being awake in the daytime and sleeping when it's dark outside. Biological clocks are an instinctive and internal timing mechanism that is made from special molecules in our bodies. Stage 1 of sleep is also known as light sleep, is when we're like starting to drift off and we could be easily awakened. This stage 1 waves are alpha waves. They are low voltage waves. Through electron EEGs, we pick up electrical patterns in the brain. So we are able to monitor sleep activity because EEGs pick up the types of waves. Stage 2 is when our brain activity and eye movement is starting to slow down and stop. Stage 2 REM happens after 10 minutes after stage 1. Its waves characteristics are sleep spindles that are abrupt increases in wave frequencies. Stage 3 brainwaves start to begin with slow and fast movements. Stage 4 is also known as deep sleep, and is the toughest stage to wake someone up in. It is the stage where there is no eye movement or muscle activity in your body. And if you were to be awakened during the stage, the results would be the feeling of grogginess and disorientation. So like, like when you're sleeping and you have to go pee and you wake up and you're like, and then you fall back asleep and the next day you don't really remember it, you're most likely in stage 4 of your sleeping. The next stage is REM sleep. REM sleep is often called paradoxical sleep because there is such a difference between the amount of activity in the brain and then in the body. The body is said to be paralyzed while the brain is awake. In REM sleep, the brain waves are a combination of the different waves. It is as if a person is awake. It's called rapid eye movement because your eyes jolt around in circles and make a bunch of movements in different directions. Now that we've discussed what's going on in our brains while we sleep, let's finish with the complications lack of sleep has on our society and our bodies. Sleep is so essential to our living that if we don't get enough of it, some serious health problems can occur, and it affects our society and our daily lives. Sleep is a very important factor in our everyday lives. In fact, according to the National Association of Science, last updated April 14, 2014, sleep deprivation can cause severe causes of anxiety and can also lead to insomnia. Sleep deprivation can also lead to negative thinking like depression and anxiety. Over time, not getting enough sleep and falling into a routine of 4 to 5 hours of sleep, this can contribute to depression. Depression is feelings of severe rejection or despondency and nervousness or unease. Is also a factor of sleeping less than 6 hours each night. Being sleep deprived can just make you feel terrible. Without sleep, our brains cannot work to the best ability. So this can really affect you at work or at school. For most of us college students, when we're sleep deprived, our brain cannot work to its best abilities. So if you have an exam the next day and you get 4 hours of sleep, you won't be able to use your brain to its fullest capacity and really try your hardest on that exam. We are now familiar with the health problems sleep deprivation can cause, with what our brain activity is during sleep and how it impacts us all and society. The amount of sleep each night can determine your body's wellness, remembering things, and how you act within your day. Sleep deprivation can lead to serious health problems, forgetting important information, and will have a negative impact on the outlook of life. Whether you get 5 to 6 hours of sleep each night or the recommended 8 to 9 hours of sleep each night, I hope after hearing this, you will